We have guests in the studio this morning. Dave Edel.
Yes, we do.
We have the unofficial mayor of downtown Yakima, Joe Mann.
Good morning.
Joe Mann. Good morning, Joe Mann.
Hello, Joe.
And we have the president, CEO, the person in charge of the Greater Yakima Chamber of Commerce, and our wonderful friend, just like Joe's a friend, Verlynn Best. Good morning, Verlynn.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Want you both to drag that microphones right up to you, or
Okay.
drag yourselves up to the microphone,
we go.
which
Yeah.
either
There we
way
go.
you prefer.
It is
So,
early,
so we can hear you loud and clear. Thanks, guys. Well, there we were, minding our own business, and all of a sudden it started raining money, and we thought, well, who best to talk about that than the two of you?
Yeah.
The Build Back Better, America Cares, I don't know what we're calling it, but federal stimulus money. And, you know, we saw an article, I guess, in the paper a couple of days back about some estimated who's going to get how much and all of that. Have you been on the inside now a little bit and know kind of what's coming and how it's maybe going to affect business and the community?
Yeah, I sent you guys a copy of the memo I received from Association of Washington Businesses, what they thought we were going to be distributed, excuse me if I can talk this morning, distributed to our area. So hopefully the money's coming. I don't think we have an exact figure because yesterday we also had a presentation done by our city manager, and some of the numbers he had didn't jive with the numbers I was told. So I want to do a little more research on that, but the money is coming. And I think when we talk about this money, it's the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Ooh, that's one of my all-time favorite movies, so I'm anxious to dig deeper into this. Joe's probably got a copy of it for sale somewhere. I don't know.
Sure.
But the good, the bad, and the ugly, can you shed a little bit of more light on that, Verlynn, so we kind of get a sense what you're talking about?
Well, I think that, you know, if you look at the stimulus package itself, it's very interesting that a lot of this money went places that aren't really helping with the pandemic. That was one of my biggest concerns.
Yeah,
because,
boy, no kidding, huh?
Especially for Yakima. We've been in a complete year of a shutdown. And I think we're just... I don't necessarily agree with the way the package was lined out. I don't know how you can give people back their livelihoods because some people didn't make it through this. So I have a lot of questions about it. I'm going to be grateful that we get anything here because I love my community and I want them to have what they need to succeed. But in the long run, we're also digging that hole of debt in our country that my great-grandchildren are going to be paying.
Yeah. If we can even ever address it.
I don't.
Right.
I mean, we're
Right.
talking what, trillions at this point?
Yeah.
Well, I think 48 million coming to Yakima County.
Yeah, that's
And-
what we're seeing in the
yeah.
paper this morning.
Yeah. Does any of that money go to businesses? How does that help businesses? Do you know any direct?
A lot of it goes to education. There's a lot of different places. It doesn't just go strictly to business. It goes to education and actually the city, the county, and then they'll disperse what they get up and they decide, I guess, how they spend it. So maybe they could do grant programs for business too. So that would help. I'm not sure, you know, what their plans are for their money. I would hope that some of it will come back into the business arena because they've been the ones most egregiously affected by this. And education too, to some degree. But if your teachers don't want to go back to school and teach, which is a problem, it seems like, but we're all getting the vaccine now, right? So there's no excuses. Let's get back in our classrooms, let's get back to work, and let's help the people that truly need help and not just this fluff money. I don't need it going places it doesn't need to go. And I mean, sometimes I question the direction of government money. I always say they create the problem and then they try to pay it off.
How are our businesses doing? Verlynn, how are our businesses doing?
I'm going to tell you, when hitting 3, they're excited. Now, they're really, really excited. But a word of caution, because after we came out with being able to move to 3, the metrics changed a little bit. So in 2 weeks or 3 weeks, the potential rollback exists. And I've had people calling and asking about that. I'm hoping for the best. Our numbers are down. We've got a mass vaccine site, at the fairgrounds, going to be taking place. There's some in Lower Valley. I received an email from Lower Valley yesterday that they're going to have a mass vaccine site it was Sunnyside, Prosser. I'll have to look at it again. But we'll be posting it out on our website also. And, you know, and I tell people this way, no shaming with the vaccine. If you want it, get it. If you don't take it. But, you know, don't put each other down for your. I believe in freedom of choice. If I want it, I'm going to take it, and if you don't want it, don't take it.
That's what Trump said the other day, and it was encouraging to hear him say it that way. I've had it. I encourage you to get it. But you're Americans and you're freewheeling people, and you do what you need to do.
Well, this might make people mad at me, but you guys have heard me mention I have an 8-year-old granddaughter who has a pre-existing condition. And I will tell you, her life means more to me than my own, and I will be vaccinated.
Sure. And everybody has some aspect of those kinds of decisions to make. And everybody needs to do their own thing. I mean, just because Fauci says herd immunity doesn't mean that everybody's going to just fall in line. Right. Joe, let's pull you into this. You are in touch as well with your fellow business people downtown. What's your sense of where we're at now with next week, the level 3 and springtime coming and all of this?
I was downtown last night, and downtown was packed. Of course, St. Patty's Day. A lot of people like to go out on St. Patty's Day,
Sure.
but the restaurants were full. A lot of activity. Usually I'm not out after 6 o'clock, but I happened to go out last night, and it was fun, and it was good.
Were you sleepwalking out?
No. I was having fun. My wife said go, and so I went, and lots of people. There was lots of people out enjoying our community, and a lot of those deposits and stimulus checks are in people's hands, and they're spending that money, and they're doing what they're supposed to be doing with it and helping our economy. And so it's great to see that, and it's great to see those businesses open and having customers there.
Well, I think that's a message for people that are wondering about, well, I don't really need the money. What am I supposed to do? Spend it in those places that do need the money.
Oh,
right?
yes.
Right, absolutely.
You know, that's the thing to do. You know, you don't necessarily need new floor mats for the car or something. Go treat some people that you know to a good meal in one of our restaurants downtown.
Right, and they can pay their employees, and those employees go out and spend their wages, and it's just a vicious circle. It's great.
And speaking of restaurants, you guys have downtown Restaurant Week, right?
Restaurant Week, April 3rd through the 17th, and we have our great team that is working on that again. I'm just going to go shout out Michael and Matt Ullman, Mary Lynn Brewington, Michael Humble, Sean Niles, Josh Jackson, and Lupita Carl. And I'm telling you what, these guys do a bang-up job of organizing and getting this done. And it's really, really important this year because, why? Because we've been shut down for a year. So let's get out and enjoy Restaurant Week. People are, like Joe said, they're excited. They're outside. I'm seeing a lot more people moving around. Maybe we're losing a little bit of that fear. Maybe they're being vaccinated and they feel confident in going out. And that's like I tell everybody has their comfort level. Move within that comfort level. But right now, I'm fine to go out. We want to start having our meetings and events again, so we're working towards that. We do a power hour. We're going to start doing that in person. We've got our awards galas coming up, and we're just going to plan and move forward. And I think it's time to open up. Period.
One of the highlights. One of the highlights, Lance, of this year's Restaurant Week is going to be people walking with a bowl of minestrone through Ron's Coin and Book as they just look, as they come in the back door. Kind of like
they're welcome.
Whatever.
Bring it on in as long as they share.
It just seems like a natural to me. Look, I'm excited about this. I thought Restaurant Week was a great idea the last time they brought it up. We're going to have Matt Ullman on, I think, this next week to talk about it.
Those guys are my heroes.
Yeah, they are. They're awesome dudes, man. They really are. And this is the kind of, infused shot in the arm excitement that Yakima needs. You two both have always been able to maintain your positivity. Some folks in Yakima might have been ground down a little bit by all of this. It's time to get that feeling back. You guys are great examples to follow, and let's take advantage of phase 3. Let's still be reasonable,
cautious,
practical, so we don't shoot ourselves in the foot.
No.
But by all means, time to get back to the good life of living in the Yakima Valley, because it is.
Well,
it's a great place.
Play smart. That's all you got to do is play smart and respect other people. I think everybody deserves to be respected, and I have many friends, and many of them think very differently than I do, and it's okay. But if I want to get out and start moving around, I'm getting ready to get the what do they call those now? My daughter always corrects me. The boards that float on the water. I'm going to learn how to use one of those.
One of your
this year,
paddle boards?
okay? So this little chubby gal's going to be out on the lake.
Good for you!
I have one of those boards that sinks out on the water. I'm sure you'll find me there looking up at you from the bottom, probably.
A defective board, right?
That's
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a defective operator. It's probably more likely.
Yeah, we're going to say this, guys. The citizens need to get out and support all of our small businesses, not just our restaurants. Get out, shop. You know, like I said, I always mention I have fiddlesticks, what is it, farmers girls. I think I'm saying it right. But all these little businesses out there that have the neatest stuff and have been closed. Let's get out, do some shopping. Hey, spring cleaning. You may need a little spruce up the wardrobe. Maybe you need some gifts. You know, Easter's coming. Fill those baskets. Come on, let's get out and support Yakima.
Right. Maybe you did a yard sale and you've got a bowl worth $700,000. Spread some of that around too,
Oh yeah,
right?
that'd
Like
be
that
nice,
story.
wouldn't it?
Look, guys, thanks for coming in.
Sure.
We appreciate the enthusiasm. We'll keep our eye on the Fed money and see how it moves through our community.
Yeah.
And you know, even if some of it, it is going to education, that's good. I'm not so sure
Nope.
they need it given what they've received in the past. But if they shop local, then that'll do us some good as well.
Well, maybe we should have school choice, and we can put that money where we want to as parents and the
See,
public.
always thinking that's good.
Okay, I just mentioned that, didn't I?
Yes, you